Hello, welcome. If you're new, my name is Jen. I make plus size fashion videos along with a little beauty and lifestyle sprinkled in. So if you're into that sort of thing, click subscribe, hang out with me. If you're coming back, welcome. I am always so glad you're here. Today's video is all things hair, and that is by your request. I have to tell you, I feel like I don't know a thing about hair. It's not my skill set. I have no training. I go to a very talented professional who knows what she's doing and trust her to just do her job, and she does it so well. And then when I'm not in her chair, I'm just over here hoping that I can do my best and that it'll turn out okay. So I love that you guys want to know more about my hair. I just want to preface by saying that if you come across this video and you are not someone who watches me on a regular basis, hair is not, your thing, or it is your thing and you're like an expert, just know, one, please don't judge me. Two, I am not claiming to be an expert. I'm just trying to fulfill a very requested video by showing you what I do, what works for me. That doesn't make it right. There's probably things I could do better, but this is what we're working with, and this is what you guys have been asking for. So let's get into it. Now, when I first started my channel during the pandemic, I had much shorter hair, much blonder hair. Then at one point I had extensions in my hair. So my hair has always been something that I've enjoyed kind of playing around with and having fun with. I have very thick, coarse, curly hair, which means that there's certain things that I feel like don't work well for me, but at the same time, my hair can kind of take a lot. You can tease it to death and get it to be like Amy Winehouse big if you want to. It holds a curl pretty well. And I'm always someone who's like to play around with, styles and colors. So I've had a lot of fun with my hair over the years. It has been super short. There's actually a picture of me that floats around still on Pinterest, one of the most popular I've ever pinned, and it is of an old short haircut that I used to have. I'll put a picture in somewhere so you can see. And I still love that hair. I still think it's really cute. So right now though, I'm just kind of in a phase of life where I want things to be I'm not going to say easy, because when you have long, thick hair, that's not easy per se, but a style that just kind of suits me all the time, that I feel like looks good year round, that doesn't require as much maintenance and upkeep as blonde, and that also doesn't take such a toll on my hair as blonde did. And so the girl that I see now, if you are local, I go to Melt Salon in Oklahoma City. So I will make sure that I leave my hairstylist information down below for you. If you are a brunette, she is incredible. If you're any color of hair, she's incredible, but I feel like brunettes are where she really shines. And she has not been doing hair for a super long time. We have known each other for many, many, many years. And when she graduated hair school and started doing hair, I switched over and started seeing her because she still is willing to do hair on Saturdays, and a lot of people aren't anymore. So she will see me on a Saturday, and she is a whiz with brunette hair. So we started moving me away from blonde, and now we just kind of do sort of a warm brunette base. Sometimes we kind of work in, you can see there's some dimension, but as far as like super cool tone blonde, we have kind of moved that out of the mix, and we're working on just having really pretty, healthy hair that's closer to my natural color. So I try to follow my stylist's recommendations and, do what she says to take care of my hair. So that means I only wash once or twice a week. I try to use good products, things like that. For shampoo and conditioner, I do use the Olaplex line. I use the clarifying, and then I think it's called like the restorative or something like that. I use the treatment, the number 3 treatment. And then I think like 4 and 5 are my shampoo and conditioner, if you're familiar with how Olaplex works. So that's what I use for shampoo and conditioner. And then I just recently got a new blow dryer. This is the Shark, and this is not a part of the Flex Styler system. So, if you're familiar with Dyson, they have the Air Wrap, and then Shark did the Flex Styler as kind of like a similar thing. And so you can dry your hair, you can curl your hair, comes with like all kinds of attachments. I considered that, but the way that does curls is just not how I like to curl my hair. Plus I knew there would be a steep learning curve with it. So I opted not to go that route, but I wanted to try the Shark blow dryer because I'm not going to pay for the Dyson. If you have it and you love it, I totally understand why. Let me be clear. I would love to have the Dyson. I tested it out in Ulta. It was phenomenal, but I just could not bring myself to spend that because I found the Shark blow dryer on deal on Amazon and it was way cheaper. So that's what I ended up going with. And you're going to see, because I'm going to have a video for you of me kind of testing it out. And that's my first time ever trying it, what you're seeing in the video of me using this. And I haven't used it on wet hair yet. And you might be going like, well, then how do you even know if you like it or not? Well, I don't yet. This is very, very first impressions. And I literally just unboxed it this morning, but I still wanted to go ahead and share it with you. But what I can tell you is that because I don't wash my hair very often, I do end up like using my blow dryer to refresh my hair pretty much every day. I use a blow dryer on dry hair more than I use it on wet hair. So kind of playing around with it on dry hair still gives me a pretty good idea of what I'm going to think about it. And so far, I'm impressed. I do not feel any kind of buyer's remorse at this point. This is the most expensive blow dryer I have ever purchased, but I feel pretty good about it, I must say. It came with this brush attachment. It comes with this attachment to kind of like focus the airflow if you want to. You know, it has your fan settings, your hot and cold settings. I mean, all the things you would expect to have on a blow dryer are there, but it seems very powerful. So I gotta say, I think it's gonna be a winner. I think I'm gonna be glad that I went ahead and got this. The Flex Styler, I don't know if I'll ever do that because I just don't think I'll use all the parts and pieces, but I can get down with a really good, powerful blow dryer. Now, as I'm standing here talking about Shark hair dryers and I've got this, you know, armful of expensive hair products, it is not lost on me that these are expensive and it is a privilege to be able to have these things in my possession and be able to pay for them. And so I just want to say and make it very clear that if you are in a situation where your budget allows for a $2 can of hairspray, that's nothing to be ashamed of and nothing to ever apologize for. Also, some people just don't care about expensive hair products. Their hair is not their thing and it's just not of interest to them. And I think that's totally fine too. So while these are the things that I like and I enjoy and I use partially because my hair, my makeup, my clothes, like that is part of what I do for a living. That is part of my job. So I invest in those things and I have also been in a place where we didn't have it to spend and it wasn't going to get spent on that. And so if you are prioritizing different things in your life right now than expensive hair products, make no apologies and feel no shame for that. But these are the things that I do invest in because they work really well for me. And so I'm going to share what those are super quick. I just actually recently bought the Dry Bar Velcro rollers, which for me was like, why can't I buy cheap ones on Amazon? Well, I did buy cheap ones on Amazon and they freaking ripped my hair out. I really didn't think I would notice a difference. I have some that are forever old from Sally Beauty, but they've disappeared. Like they're dying off like flies, especially living in a house full of girls. So I was like, it's time to get some new Velcro rollers. I love these for just, you know, instant volume on days when I want my hair to be super big. But the Amazon ones, they did not work for me. Maybe my hair is just too thick. They were ripping it out. So I bit the bullet, got these. I actually really like them. I don't want to because of how expensive it is, because this is $12 for a box of 6. But they're really good. So here we are. I also use little alligator clips like this every time I need to section my hair. These are Kitsch and there's nothing fancy or special about them. So that's what I use. All of this stuff I usually kind of end up buying at Ulta, so I'll link everything below if you're interested. For texturizing and volume, my two favorites I always come back to are the Living Proof Full Dry Volume and Texture Spray and the Dry Bar Triple Sec 3-in-1 Finishing Spray. I love these for texture and volume. They're my favorite. They smell delightful. And then my heat protectant that I use is called Hot Toddy. It's also a Dry Bar product. This does not weigh my hair down. That's what you'll see as the running theme across everything I use. Doesn't weigh my hair down because if I try to load it down with product when it's wet, it doesn't work for me. So I do use heat protectant when it's wet. Don't get me wrong. After I shower, I have some stuff I spray in. And then I also use the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Dry Shampoo. Again, it's these all combined, doing my hair day over day and not washing my hair every day. these don't leave it feeling super weighed down, cakey, greasy, yuck. So that's why I spend money on these, and that's why they're my favorite. So they'll all be listed out down for you below. Now, as far as how I actually curl my hair, I use a plain old Hot Tools curling iron. This is the 1 1/4 inch. I also have a 1 inch if I want to do a tighter curl. Someday I might upgrade to a fancier curling iron, but for now these work. The only drawback to these though, they don't have an automatic shut off. So maybe I'll get a more expensive curling iron when I burn the house down. I don't know, but I do try to remember to turn them off, but man, it's hard sometimes. So what I will say about these is that for the price and for how well they work though, if you can remember to shut them off, you can't beat it. These are fantastic. So what I will do when I curl my hair, and I'll have a video going on the screen that's probably gonna be like kind of sped up, but I wanted to show you kind of up close and personal. So the technique that I use, which by the way, when I started using a curling iron again, I was a grown adult who had to teach myself and look up YouTube tutorials because I had gotten into the habit of using a wand for many years. But when I got my extensions, I couldn't use a wand. I had to do this, and I could not for the life of me like get it down. So I started just looking on YouTube to see what I could find. That helped a ton. Basically, the thing I always remember when I'm curling my hair is this part faces out no matter which side I'm on, and that tells me that I'm going to be curling the way that I want to be in the direction I want to be. Sounds silly, but it's helpful. So I will take a piece of hair and I kind of try to work through, you know, section by section. Like I start with my hair clipped up and kind of, you know, work my way to the top. But to do the general kind of curl I do, the first thing before I ever touch it with a curling iron though, you know, put heat protectant on, but I always go through and flat iron the ends of my hair just quickly, gently, because to do the kind of curl I like to do, it doesn't look right if the ends of your hair are just kind of loosey-goosey flying everywhere. So I make sure that the ends of my hair have been flat ironed, and then I go in, I take my piece of hair, I start kind of up here, not right at the root, so down a little bit, and then I take and I turn the barrel, and I push on the clamp to loosen it up as I need to. So I'll turn the barrel, and then I have the clamp loosened up a little. I'll pull down to about here. So you can see I have a section of hair left out, and then I wrap and hold it for however long I need to. And then when it's done, I just loosen the clamp and drop it down. And that is all I do. If I wanted it to be a like bouncier curl and not a beachy curl, then I would wrap the hair all the way around the barrel and I wouldn't leave a piece out. But leaving a piece out at the end and making sure that that end is flat ironed straight will give you that piecey, beachy, wavy kind of look. That's kind of the key, or at least it is for me when I fix mine. So that's how I do that part. And then once I've done my whole entire head that way, all I do is go through and I'll take like the triple sec. I'll spray that through my hair and kind of just, you know, break it up with my fingers, kind of mess with it. If I want a lot of volume, I will use this. Let me show you how this works. I don't want this to get like crazy long, but this is kind of self-explanatory for the texture. But this product is fun. So you shake it up, lift your hair, and then kind of go in, give it a couple of blasts, and then you can basically, you have a lot of volume. So you can do it on the other side, and look at that. So if you like some big hair, if you are a Dolly Parton loving kind of gal, you can really add a lot of volume and texture with this living proof product. So that's it. I mean, it looks a little crazy right now, but that's how I do my curls. That's the products that I use. It's not fancy. It's just what works for me. All right. So that is the breakdown of how I do my hair. If you want to, you know, send this picture to your stylist, take a screenshot while we're here on this screen, but you know, it's a warm brunette with like a little bit of dimension. We do just a little bit in there to kind of break it up. I always kind of tend to do looser, beachier waves, lots of texture spray, things like that. So that's just what works for me. Like I said, I'm not a professional. There's probably better ways to do some of these things, but this is how I fix my hair on a pretty regular basis. And this is how I've been wearing it, enjoying it. So hopefully that answers a lot of your questions. Hopefully that is helpful and kind of what you were looking for when you asked me to talk about my hair. So I am glad to do it, glad to help. Thank you always for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.